The shocking incident. Yu Meng-long's last meal before his tragic death. The entertainment world is reeling after the devastating news of Yu Meng-long's untimely passing. Known for his charm, talent, and aura that always drew people in, he was not only a rising star, but also a beloved son, brother, and friend. His death has left behind a void that feels almost impossible to fill, and what makes it even more haunting is the heartbreaking detail of his very last meal before he collapsed and never regained consciousness. On the day of his passing, everything seemed painfully normal. Yu Meng-long had shared laughter with close friends, exchanged warm texts with his mother, and spoke with his management team about upcoming projects. There were no ominous warnings, no dark clouds hanging overhead to signal what would unfold just hours later. Instead, there was food, warmth, and the kind of simple joy that often precedes the most unimaginable tragedies. The reports confirmed that his final meal was shared with a small circle of people close to him. It was not a lavish spread at a luxury banquet, nor was it a rushed snack in between schedules. Instead, it was a quiet meal, one filled with familiarity, comfort, and a sense of ease. The dishes included a mixture of traditional favorites and lighter options, reflecting Yu's usual taste. Witnesses remember him smiling often during the meal, laughing at jokes, and expressing how grateful he was for the companionship. Nobody could have guessed that those bites of food would be his last. Moments after the meal, things took a horrifying turn. According to eyewitness accounts, Yu Meng-long began to feel unwell, his skin paling and his breathing growing shallow. At first, those around him thought it was nothing more than fatigue, or perhaps indigestion from a long day of work. But within minutes, panic spread across the room as his body gave way to something far more sinister. He collapsed, unable to respond, and chaos erupted as friends and staff desperately called for medical help. Ambulances rushed to the scene, and paramedics fought to stabilize him. His family was immediately alerted, and his mother was said to be in tears, begging for him to hold on. Doctors tried everything, from resuscitation efforts to emergency interventions, but his body seemed to be slipping further away. The silence that filled the hospital corridor when the news broke that Yu Meng-long had passed away was unbearable. His last meal had become the symbolic turning point between life and death. The entertainment industry has been shattered by this news. Fellow actors, singers, and directors have taken to social media in floods of messages, sharing memories and expressing disbelief. Colleagues describe him as not only gifted but also deeply kind-hearted. For them, the thought of losing such a bright star in such a sudden and tragic manner feels surreal. Some wrote that they had spoken to him just days before, while others recounted how he inspired them to work harder